Antares 61. Go ahead. Antares, we can see you under the parachute. Is the offset 5 kilometers 5 seconds, and we are good. We are feeling good. Copy, Antares. The pressure in the landing area is 731. Copy. 731.
There is the jettisoning of the heat shield right on time. This exposes the altimeter that feeds information into the Soyuz computers about how high up the Soyuz is as it descends under its parachute. Landing schedule just under 10.5 minutes from now. It also exposed the soft landing engines, which will fire about 2 seconds before touchdown in a final braking maneuver. Less than 10 minutes until touchdown, everything looking very good. And the sound you hear is a radio beacon signal that is being received from the Soyuz, basically another form of communications capability to enable the search and recovery forces to precisely pinpoint where the Soyuz is descending to for its touchdown point, with landing now scheduled 9 minutes from now. The crew reporting they feel healthy.
Unintelligible.
Less than 8 minutes until touchdown. The Soyuz continues a perfect descent under a cloudless sky on the steppe of Kazakhstan, some 91 miles to the southeast of the town of Zhezkazgan. Coming up 6.5 minutes until touchdown. Very stable Soyuz vehicle under its main parachute. The Rosaviatsa search and recovery forces are in the area. They are circling around the vicinity of the landing zone. Before long, within the next couple of minutes or so, you'll be able to see helicopters in the field of view in close proximity, but not very close to the Soyuz spacecraft, as they keep tabs on its descent for its touchdown. That's expected at 6:59 a.m. Central Time, 7:59 a.m. Eastern Time. Now 5 minutes until touchdown. All of the events to this point have been conducted in flawless fashion. The closing of the hatch, the undocking of the Soyuz from the Prishal module, and the deorbit burn a short time ago, enabling the Soyuz to re-enter the Earth's atmosphere as planned, heading for its landing site on the south-central steppe of Kazakhstan.
Antares search and rescue team. 1880 unintelligible.
The search and recovery forces now have established voice contact with the Soyuz.
We can see, somebody is following us above us.
Three and a half minutes until touchdown. A nice, steady entry by the Soyuz vehicle, continuing to descend back to Earth to wrap up more than a year in space for Oleg Kononenko and Nikolai Chub, and 184 days in space for Tracy Dyson. Just 2 minutes until touchdown. The search and recovery forces, the Russian Mi-8 helicopters.
We are crossing 1,000-meter mark.
And you can hear that from Oleg Kononenko through the interpreter. Less than 1,000 meters until touchdown.
800.
All of the search and recovery force helicopters are in position, circling the landing zone, waiting for the touchdown, at which point they will begin to land in sequential fashion so that the safing of the vehicle and the extraction of the crew can get underway.
608, are you observing me to the right at 2 o'clock?
Less than a minute until touchdown.
This is 451, 300 meters.
300 meters off the deck. At this point, the 3 crew members will be bracing for touchdown.
Unintelligible.
Touchdown. Right on the money. A textbook touchdown on the steppe of Kazakhstan at 6:59 a.m. Central Time, 7:59 a.m. Eastern Time, 4:59 p.m. at the landing site in Kazakhstan. Tracy Dyson is home after 184 days in space. Oleg Kononenko and Nikolai Chub are home after 374 days in space, a record for an International Space Station mission. With the on-time touchdown by the Soyuz MS-25 and the 3 crew members back on Earth, the Rosaviatsia Search and Recovery Forces, the Russian Mi-8 helicopters, they will begin to land in sequential fashion to make their way to the spacecraft to begin the process of extracting the crew. You can see in this view on the horizon there are ground-based vehicles that are making their way towards the spacecraft, as well as the first in a series of Russian Mi-8 helicopters that will be landing. These are the initial recovery personnel from RSC Energia to begin the process of ensuring that the vehicle is safe and no toxic gases escaping, and then we'll begin the process of opening up the hatch to extract the 3 crew members who will be placed in chairs near the spacecraft to allow them a few minutes to get their land legs back before they're carried in those chairs to a nearby inflatable medical tent where they will get out of their Sokol launch and entry suits into more comfortable clothing and be taken to 3 separate helicopters for the 2-hour helicopter flight back to the staging city of Karaganda. This view from this all-terrain vehicle will be interrupted while this vehicle makes its way to the spacecraft, at which point we should, if all things are proceeding normally, receive video by the spacecraft of the extraction of the crew and the other activities. Once again, the Soyuz MS-25 made a bullseye landing right on time at 6:59 a.m. Central Time, 7:59 a.m. Eastern Time, 4:59 p.m. at the landing site, 91 miles to the southeast of the remote town of Zhezkazgan, Kazakhstan, as planned. Tracy Dyson completing 184 days in space, 2,944 orbits of the Earth, and a mission of 78 million statute miles. Oleg Kononenko and Nikolai Chub wrapped up 374 days in space, 5,984 orbits, 158.6 million statute miles. Oleg Kononenko, with today's landing, has logged 1,111 days in space on his 5 flights, an all-time record. And we've just received a report that the Soyuz stuck the landing. It landed upright. So the crew will be extracted out of the top hatch of the Soyuz once a ladder is erected by the recovery personnel along the side of the vehicle. So we'll be standing by for additional video from the landing site once the all-terrain vehicle with the television equipment is repositioned by the Soyuz MS-25. Once again, courtesy of Roscosmos Television, a closer view of some of the Russian Mi-8 helicopters that are now on the ground near the Soyuz MS-25. We should be getting a much closer view of the spacecraft, and there's a perfect sequence of events all the way down for Tracy Dyson, Nikolai Chub, and Soyuz commander Oleg Kononenko as they made their way undocking from the International Space Station at 3:36 a.m. Central Time, 4:36 a.m. Eastern Time, moving to a safe distance away from the space station for the deorbit burn, and then their entry back into the Earth's atmosphere, and an on-target touchdown at 6:59 a.m. Central Time, 7:59 a.m. Eastern Time, 4:59 p.m. at the landing site. The landing occurring about 1 hour and 13 minutes before sunset. Once again, a live view from television cameras at the landing site southeast of Zhezkazgan on the barren steppe of Kazakhstan, showing a number of the Russian Mi-8 helicopters as the search and recovery personnel are beginning the early stage of moving towards the spacecraft, ensuring that it is in a safe condition, meaning no toxic vapors emanating from the vehicle, before they begin the process of extracting the crew. The vehicle landed upright, meaning that the recovery teams will erect a ladder on the side of the Soyuz descent module and will extract the crew from the top of the Soyuz, helping them carefully down that ladder into 3 waiting chairs nearby so that they can have an opportunity to get their land legs back.